Now, we always want to begin with a warm-up. So we want to warm up your muscles first, and the reason for that is not only to get your blood flowing, but also to prevent injury, but also to get all that oxygen into your bloodstream, because without enough oxygen in your bloodstream, your body can't burn body fat efficiently. So we're going to begin with a nice warm-up, and if you're in a gym, then get yourself to your favorite piece of cardio equipment and do some kind of interval training, because interval training is the fastest way to get your body into the fat-burning zone and to sculpt the muscles of your body at the same exact time. We're going to demonstrate interval training using a stationary bike, and we're going to use a very specific way to do this. And I want you to do your interval training in this very specific way in order to get the most noticeable results. And that's first by pedaling at a normal, relaxed rate with the tension on your bike relatively low, and continue at that rate, pedaling for 1 or 2 minutes, or until you feel a nice blood pump, until you feel your juices flowing. And then we're going to crank up the intensity level and sprint for a full 60 seconds. And then turn the intensity level back down and pedal slow for 60 seconds. And then crank it back up for 60 seconds and sprint. And just keep repeating that sequence until we feel like you've really exhausted your muscles, or until you've completed about 10 to 15 repetitions. 1 repetition would equal 60 seconds of fast pedaling and 60 seconds of slow pedaling. Now, bear with me for a second. I want you to bear in mind that if you do this exercise properly, you will not be able to do more than 15 repetitions. And if you finish your exercise and you're not breathing really heavily, then you need to probably increase that intensity a bit the next time you do it. 20 or so minutes of proper interval training forces your body to convert so much more stored body fat to energy than just pedaling hard for a full hour would ever do. Now, let's actually go through an interval training session. So Suzette's already warmed up a little bit, so I'm going to crank up the intensity level. And she's going to begin sprinting. So go ahead and sprint for 60 seconds. Super. So while she's sprinting, what's happening is her body's being able to make use of all that stored carbohydrates, all the glycogen that's inside of her blood stores, and all of that fat as energy. So right now, with all the extra oxygen that she's bringing in, she's able to burn a lot more stored body fat, and she's making use of all the carbohydrate stores that she has in her system. Now, after about 60 seconds, you're happy about that, huh? After about 60 seconds, we're going to reduce the intensity again, and Suzette's going to slow down her pedaling. Now, we're not sticking to exactly 60 seconds for the demonstration, but when you're at home or when you're on the road, I want you to do 60 full seconds of hard, intense pedaling, and then 60 seconds of relaxed pedaling. So when you increase the intensity, I want you to also increase the speed at which you're pedaling. Now we're going to crank this back up. Great. And at the same time we crank the intensity back up, we're cranking up the speed at which you're pedaling. So you're going into a hardcore sprint, and then you're relaxing. You go into a hardcore sprint, and then you're relaxing. And you go into a hardcore sprint, and you're relaxing. And that cycling allows you to burn so many more calories than if you were to just pedal hard for an hour or so. I'm going to relax it again. Give Suzette a break here. Okay, super. That's interval training. Okay, the beauty of this workout is that it can be done anywhere that you are, whether it's in your office or in your home or on the road. It doesn't make a difference if you're in a gym. So if you don't have access to a gym or you don't have access to a bike to do interval training, that's fine. You can do this stuff in the privacy of your own home or any place else. And we've got a warm-up design that you could do all that kind of stuff with and get a lot of oxygen into your bloodstream, get you into the fat-burning zone, and get you primed for the workout. And this is only going to take a few minutes to go through, and this is something that you could do if you do not have a bike. I prefer that you get started if you're doing interval training on a bike or on a treadmill or something like that, because that's going to burn a lot more calories. But for right now, let's go into this one warm-up session. Now, what we're going to start with is jogging in place, because jogging in place is just a very basic, light exercise that you could do. It's going to get a lot of blood pumping throughout your entire body, and we're going to do this for about 30 seconds or so. And as we're going through the 30 seconds, just focus on your whole body, focus on your muscles, focus on feeling very relaxed and warming up your joints and warming up your muscles. Now, right around the 30-second mark, we're going to make a transition from this exercise into jumping jacks. And jumping jacks, again, is just slightly more advanced when it comes to how we're pumping blood throughout your system. Great. Keep it going. Excellent. Again, as you're doing this and any other kind of a cardiovascular exercise, you want to make sure that you're focusing on every muscle in your body and feel them. Feel your joints, feel the blood circulating through your muscles. Now, at this point, at about the 30-second mark, we're going to go into something that we call boot camp, which is simply bringing your knees all the way up as high as you can. Come on, get them up there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Suzette loves this particular exercise. All right, what this exercise is doing is it's not just burning a lot of calories, but it's also tightening up your core muscles, your stomach, your lower back, the upper part of your thighs. And we're going to keep this up for about 30 seconds or so. And at this point, you're going to be really fully warmed up and ready for your workout. But in all honesty, okay, Suzette, you could stop that. In all honesty, when you are done with this, if you are not doing any other kind of a warm-up, then you want to repeat that sequence one more time. So the sequence is this. You want to do running in place for 30 seconds. And then you want to go directly into jumping jacks, because jumping jacks is going to do not just your lower body and your midsection, but also your upper body. And then we're going to go from jumping jacks into our boot camp. So we're going to do running in place, jumping jacks, and then boot camp, 30 seconds each, and then repeat that one more time, and you're done with your warm-up, and then we'll advance into your workout.